Hi guys, it's Dilogical from Britain. I'm also joined with Nita12 and I. Say hello, Nita.
Hello.
And we were both thinking it'd be a nice idea to put together a tier list of our predictions for the Phase 2 update and sort of discuss how we think Phase 2 will change certain classes around, what classes will remain overpowered, what classes are going to move up the current tier lists. So stay tuned. Alright,
Exactly.
we're going to go through in the order that the classes are actually listed on the forums in the Phase 2 update thread, and I'll put that in the description if you don't already have that, so that you can look yourself at the changes, or you can also go and watch another video I made, which is quite long, but it details all the changes that should be coming in the remaining part of Phase 2.
As will I.
Anyway, we're starting with Skeleton, yes?
Yes.
And the biggest change with Skeleton for me is that the explosive arrow is becoming a set damage value instead of 18% of the player's current health. And
It's also removing knockback completely.
yeah, I don't like that. I like the knockback. I think that's good when there's like a speed 2 class chasing you, like Herobrine or Shaman, and using the knockback to keep them away, stop them getting those hits off. But making it 6 true damage for me is a really big thing, and that's really good for Skeleton. And it means that you can finally get kills with the bow again a lot easier than it currently is. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so where do you think that should, as like a baseline for classes, where do you think we should place
Alright,
Skeleton?
as a baseline, definitely not A tier.
I think
B
because of its
tier,
kill potential, it could go B tier.
maybe.
Lower?
Like low B tier though. Low B
Low B
tier.
tier. Well, we'll keep it in B for now.
Yeah.
And then Zombie. Zombie's not getting changed at all. And in my opinion, as Zombie is, it's like a nice class to the healing is nice, but other than that, the class itself doesn't actually provide much to the player, and it's not that good of a. There are better classes. What do you think?
You're the expert on zombie. I haven't actually played it
Well,
at all.
I'd put it up
But
quite
I
high, but
I
that's because I have fun with it. But I only have fun with it because of the strength,
um
and that is what
my
they are nerfing.
experiences my experiences with zombie have been actually pretty. I love the team healing uh component of it. I think it's overall. So probably A
You want
tier,
to put it
I
A?
would say.
All right, that's fair enough. Creeper. Creeper's getting loads of changes, isn't it? The detonate is going to activate after 3 seconds instead of 4 seconds, and it's going to have a bigger radius and stuff. And I think, I think Creeper mains overall seem to want the update more than they don't want it. But I know there is stuff they're annoyed about. They're particularly annoyed about the way that the TNT the kit gets works. They think that's getting nerfed because of the less damage it's going to deal. And Creeper at the moment is pretty bottom barrel.
Yeah,
It's bad, isn't it? Like
it is pretty bad, not gonna lie.
I don't think it's going to get much better. I don't know where you'd put it. I'd say a C myself.
Yeah, probably a C,
Detonate is going to make it more reliable, doing more
indeed.
damage, but it won't. It's not gonna. It's not gonna fix Creeper. I don't think. As for Enderman, do you want to start with this one?
Sure. So Enderman's what's it called? Changes. I think it's a pretty good class right now, but it says right here that oh my gosh. I cannot find where it is. There it is. RNG. You have 13%, 26%, 39% chance to keep your inventory after you die. And then every 5, 4, 3 deaths, you keep your inventory. So I don't remember what it was before that.
That's just where the percentages have been converted into set values. That's the update that's already
Yeah.
come out. I think the best thing for the Enderman update is going to be the energy per hit because
Yeah,
it's gonna be
managed.
set to 20 energy regardless of what you're doing. Because at the moment, when you teleport to someone for a short period of time, you gain half energy back. When you hit someone, you only gain 15 energy, and that's quite a lot of hits to build up TP again. But
Yeah.
setting it to 20 energy, it makes it a lot easier to get your TP after TPing to someone, and that just means that overall you're going to have TP up a lot more often, ready for fights, and you'll get regen proccing a lot more because you get regen when you get 100 energy with Enderman. And at the moment, Enderman's already really good, and this is, in my opinion, undeniably a buff.
I also feel like most of the Enderman updates have already came out. For instance, the Ender blocks and as you said before, Ender Heart stuff.
Yeah.
Those have already come out, and it's not too much better, but I still think it's an improvement. Enderman was pretty good before. I mean, like it could be taken down easily, but just like
Where do you want to put it?
the consistency now.
I'm honestly thinking A tier just because of how much fun people get out of the class still, even though it's not what it used to be back in the day with anti-knockback. It's still really strong.
Yeah, probably.
A, B, A,
A
A. Alright, we'll put it in A for now. Herobrine is not getting changed at all.
at all.
At all. And
Herobrine's a good defense class.
right now, I think that if you're getting into the game, Herobrine is just one of the easiest classes to pick up. And I think
Exactly.
it's an S tier class because of its just insane damage. Um, and that's not changing. I don't think that's gonna change. What do you think?
It's very squishy too. I don't think it's gonna change either.
Where do you want to put it? I want to say S tier.
Um, S tier?
Bit lower
Put it on high A tier.
because of its low health pool. I agree.
Yeah.
And like they are fixing the. I don't know if this has already come out, but they will fix the glitch with Herobrine that gives you regen 3 for a lot longer than you're meant to. And that's
Yeah.
like indirectly a nerf because it's quite overpowered when that happens. So
hmm
Spider.
Spider.
At the moment, Spider is like the top class in the game,
Yeah,
I'd
it
say.
is. It is very
And
much top tier.
its overall damage capabilities are getting buffed. If you leap the full 15 block distance, you'll deal 8 damage on landing, and then with the new Venom strikes, you deal 3 damage every 4 hits as well. So
hmm
overall, the damage is going to be higher than it currently is. But at the same time, if you're not leaping 15 blocks, if you're only leaping a short distance, you're going to deal a lot smaller damage, and I think it will be noticeably smaller than what it currently deals. And because of that, I think it's going to bring it down into A tier. What do you say?
Yeah, probably.
Because it's
I mean,
so good
like,
at the moment because it can fight in holes and it can fight above ground, right?
exactly.
And this update is to stop it fighting in holes, and I think it's going to do that quite well.
You checked out the Skitter ability of it now? Skitter will now activate after landing 5 melee hits and on an enemy within 3 seconds after landing a leap.
Yeah, that's nice as well. Um,
Yeah.
I want to put it in A tier. I don't think it's like a nerf per se. I think it's just a. It just maybe it is a nerf, bringing it down a bit. But
It
at the
is
same time, you're
definitely a
increasing the
nerf.
maximum damage it can do, and you're giving it feather
Yeah.
falling. I think it's high A tier still.
Uh-huh.
The only change to Squid is the RNG change, giving it
Yeah.
absorption pots more consistently, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even though it's a fair trade between percentage and a set number, playing Squid, I've noticed you get absorption pots a lot more. You're not, even though
Yes.
the way math works, you're not meant to get them a lot more. The consistency is really nice for Squid.
Yeah, just the consistency changes of the Phase 2 update makes the game a whole lot better, I think. Because before it was, a lot of this stuff was mostly random. So I'm glad they're touching on a little bit of consistency with it now.
Where would you play Squid?
Um, Squid is only good in team fights, especially if a lot of people are ganging on it. So I don't know, probably B tier.
Okay, I was going to say B tier. It's good in 1v1s as well. It's really good sustain. But it is
Yeah.
also, it's made for team fights. And it's good in team fights, but it's not as good as Shaman or Herobrine at the moment. So I think it's definitely lower than that.
The only
Next up,
good amount of damage it does is the Squid Splash, so
yeah.
yeah. Next up is Cow.
Um, Cow's not really getting changed. It's getting some nice little fixes, like the buckets have been moved above your head so that they don't block you anymore, and
Which is nice.
buckets can stack in little stacks of two, which is also nice. But overall, it's not particularly getting changed, and I think it's a class that's really frowned upon, and people
Hmm.
don't particularly like playing it because of its low damage and its low versatility, and that's not gonna change in this update. So
It's like a worse zombie.
yeah, um,
I'd I'd put it in like maybe even D.
D, yeah, okay, we can go for D, yeah. Shark. The only change to Shark is, oh, there's two changes. So I think
Hmm.
his Blood Rage will now activate for himself if the Shark himself becomes low on health. It's gonna activate Blood
Yeah.
Rage, which is a small change. It just means that you're gonna get a tiny bit extra damage if you're low. I don't know if it'll be noticeable damage because you'll get killed quite quickly after you've hit the threshold, and it might be
Unless you,
helpful. We'll
yeah,
have to see.
it might be helpful.
And giving enemies
Giving,
slowness one, it's
I think that's really good to be honest.
do you? I wouldn't
Yeah.
say it because slowness doesn't even work in water in the first place.
Well,
Um,
but still, after they get out of the water, they still have slowness on
yeah,
them.
that's the main reason for it, I guess. But I don't know if that's going to completely change the way you'd play Shark. I still think the abilities needs a revamp or a bigger nerf than it's getting, a bigger buff than it's getting. Sorry. Um,
Perhaps.
where would you place it? I honestly want to say down with Shark,
Uh,
down with Cow. Sorry.
yeah, probably.
Dreadlord. Dreadlord isn't getting changed at all either. However, they're making the Dread Skulls more consistent, and they're
And have a
also
hitbox.
yeah. So they're giving the skulls a proper hitbox, which means that they should be a lot more consistent. This is what they're also doing with Blaze, and it means that the skulls should deal damage where you see them fly, which at the moment they don't always do. But other than that,
Also,
sorry, go on.
I don't know how hitboxes normally work in Minecraft. I don't specialize in that kind of stuff. But I'm pretty sure, doesn't this mean that you can now hit them back since they have hitboxes? Or is that like a consistent thing that they always go in the direction?
I think it just means they always go in the direction. It's only fireballs that you can hit back in the game.
Because that'd be cool if you could hit Dreadlord's skulls back.
That would be very overpowered at the same time, but yeah, that would be cool. I agree.
Well, I mean, like, they're only used in like close combat stuff, right?
Yeah, you can snipe with them as well if you get lucky, is what
Yeah.
some people do. But yeah, um, other than that though, it's not really getting changed, and I think it's still going to be a slightly worse version of Herobrine, in my opinion.
Hmm.
Um, it's got more survivability
Probably.
than Herobrine. I'm thinking B though, honestly.
Yeah, probably be.
Alright, Shaman, my favourite.
Yeah, you.
Not my favourite
Wait.
after the update, but it's my favourite at the moment.
Yeah.
Shaman's not getting changed at all. So, where would you place it?
I feel like Shaman's automatically just like an A because it is amazing in whole fights and stuff. Especially if there are a ton of people in the hole, you can just keep doing tornado after tornado after tornado.
Yeah,
And even if you have a team with you, it's still really good. A pig and a shaman in a hole, maybe even a shark is amazing.
yeah, I agree. And it gives weakness, so in 1v1s it's also good. It has the speed too.
Yeah.
Overall, it's just a very consistent class, isn't it? And I think
Actually,
it offers so
s-
much to the player that it has to
actually,
be an A tier class.
put it in S.
Really? I
Yeah.
think I think I think there's one class that has a special spot in S coming up, and I don't think Shaman's that class. We'll
Really.
we'll leave it in A for now until we get to that class, and then we can discuss.
All right.
Um, Arcanist. So the big change with Arcanist is they're making the ability deal splash damage. At the moment, it sort of sends out a beam and it hits
Yeah,
anyone in its path. And I think what it means by splash damage is that if it hits one player, that it will like send out another pulse from that player that hits every player around that player.
which is really cool. And I love how they're keeping the piercing mechanic of it, which makes it even better.
I don't know if that means if you have three players, the beam's going to hit one of them and deal damage to the other two. Now I don't know uh, if it hits another player, if it hits another one of those three, it will also deal damage to the other two, and then you end up basically getting three times the damage. I don't know if that would be the case or not. It doesn't
Yeah,
make
neither
that
do I.
clear because that means that if you're fighting a 3v1, you're dealing three times the damage than in a 1v1, which would be. I can't imagine it is that because that would be very overpowered.
I
Um,
feel like the arcane explosion, since it's being nerfed to 1.5 seconds cooldown, isn't gonna be that big of a change.
no, nor do I. The Arcane Explosion isn't the main source of damage for Arcanist, it's definitely his beam. And his beam getting
Even his
buffed,
sword.
I think his beam getting buffed is really good, but I still don't think that Arcanist is a good class overall. It's not easy enough to get the regen and speed 3 because it's
Hmm.
hard to actually get kills with Arcanist. But it is going to be dealing a
Um,
bit more damage in fights. I honestly want to say D,
D.
maybe C.
Maybe.
Where would you
Yeah,
say?
put it in. I'd say C,
Okay,
because
that's fine.
originally I think it was D.
Yeah, but I think it's gonna definitely be worth investigating when it comes out.
Yeah.
Golem.
There's not too big a change
No,
here, I
Golem's
don't
not
think.
getting changed at all. Just RNG changes. Um,
Yeah.
so where do you think Golem is at the moment?
Um,
People already struggle with the lack of speed, and people struggle knowing
yeah.
when to use regen pots and stuff. But in the right hands, it's very good. But then again, any class is good in the right hands. And I think talking about the class specifically, it's not that good of a class unless you're
From my
playing the
experience,
style right.
without the speed, you can get him into a combo really fast with your bow.
Yeah.
I would say D.
Okay. The class, yeah, just the class, I'd say D. But yeah, there
Yeah.
are people that can make it up and push it up for sure.
It all depends on what your play style is, to be honest.
So Blaze, as far as Blaze is concerned, the only change really is that they're fixing how the current ability works. Because the current
Yeah.
ability is very buggy. It can get blocked by teammates. It doesn't go where you think it's gonna go. There's loads of things wrong with it. But Blaze is
Yeah.
actually a strong class
It
as it
really is.
is.
I think hybrid classes, which what Blaze is alright, they're pretty good.
I think we need more hybrid classes in the game, and I think Blaze
Yeah,
is an example of a strong hybrid class. Um, just
exactly.
it's got such big damage. Regen 2 from Iron is, or Regen 1 from Iron, I can't remember. Is really good at keeping it alive. Good sustainability. It's a melee class with a power 2 bow. Like that's just good. And when the ability works how you think it would work, it's going to be a lot easier to play. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Still very squishy. I want to say C.
I also not C.
Lower, higher,
Higher.
higher. Ooh, B.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
I feel like because of the fire ability as well, it's really good. Blaze is the only class that I think it's the only class
Yeah.
that actually has a fire ability other
Yeah.
than pyro, which from a sword.
And yeah, the sword's just not good at all.
Yeah.
um.
It's also good for confusing enemies, the
Yeah,
fire.
setting people on fire is really it's a good distraction. You get caught off guard by
Yeah.
it, don't you? Pigman. People are really sad about Pigman getting nerfed. I think it's a good nerf because
I think it is as well.
they're reducing Pigman's AoE damage while keeping its uh, one-on-one interaction damage at constant, um, giving him strength for 2 hits, means that in a 1v1 you're still doing the same amount of damage as you previously did, and in an a lot v1 you're still doing 6 damage to everyone around you, and you can focus on one person in the group fight to properly pick on and beat up with the strength. It's
I
also
do like.
sorry, yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
no, you go.
No, you
I
go.
keep talking. Go, go.
Okay, okay, fine. I also like how the ability is reduced to 6 damage at max upgrade. I think that's a good nerf because whenever I try and fight a pigman, they always use their burning soul on me. I escape with like 2 hearts and I die. So I
Yeah,
think that's pretty fun.
and then removing the resistance. Like Pigman has resistance from its other passives anyway, but people did really like the
Yeah.
resistance from the ability, and it was built around resistance quite a lot. But I don't think that 20% resistance is going to make a dramatic change, not as big of a change as the actual damage is. I'd say at the moment Pigman's S tier, and after the update, it's going to be brought down to A tier. It's still really
They
usable, but not as overpowered as it is now. A?
yeah, I agree.
Cool. Pirate. Pirate.
Ooh,
Do you want to
pirate.
start on Pirate?
Sure. All right, so the first thing that I see here is that the radius is increased by 25 by 0.25 blocks. I don't think that's going to be too much of a main like buff, but like I guess it could be good since it's kind of hard to hit the fireball anyway.
Yeah, making it nicer to hit, easier to hit, and having full damage going through teammates just means if you're ganking someone, you've still got
I'm
full
all
potential.
yeah. I'm
It's
also glad
nice.
that
It's nice. Yeah.
I'm also glad that it won't half the damage if it goes through a teammate
Yeah.
because like with pirate you're gonna need to be in like a team.
Mm.
Otherwise, you're gonna die because you don't do a whole ton of damage regularly, and you're kind of squishy with that class. So,
I think the best thing with Pirate is that currently the parrots are such good burst damage, especially mixed with the cannonball, but they're just unpredictable. If someone gets too near to you, they'll like absorb the two parrots you were building up. But now with the new update, you're going to be able to control how the parrots, how they react. You can keep them stationary, let them build up. You can have them target whoever's near you, or you can have them target a specific person. And having control over that burst damage, along with a cannonball that's easier to hit, and having all your treasure put straight into your inventory, means Pirate's going to be really, really good after the update, and I'm really excited for him. Um, based on
I feel like
how
decreasing the damage each parrot does though is kind of a big nerf.
yeah, it's going down to what four, six from 10, but you
Yeah.
have full manipulation over that 6 damage. I think
Yeah,
it's I think it's good overall.
there
I'm
are
I'm
plenty of
excited for
times
it.
which I've died from pirates parrots actually.
Yeah. Where would you put
I
it
don't know.
for after the
After it, I don't know, probably D.
D? Oh, okay.
'Cause like you're gonna need treasures, let's be honest here.
But you get treasure every 2 kills, and it goes into your inventory. And Pirate already has 2 diamond pieces.
Yeah, but like the voodoo bows, man. They only go down to power 1.
I want to say C. I want to say C.
Really?
With the
Alright.
consistency of the cannonball and everything, I think it's just going to be really good. I think it has a lot to offer to a good
We
player.
we don't have any bottom tier or top tier
No, but
classes yet,
Hunter's
so.
next, so
Oh yeah.
Hunter sucks. They're changing how the mobs
Leave.
work. They're trying to make Cow like a tank. Like I don't. They're trying to make. I don't know. They're changing the pig and the cow, and it's pointless changes that won't do anything.
Yeah.
And I think they're taking away. I think at the moment it gets strength 2, maybe, and that's going down to
Yeah.
strength 1, which is enough. It's Eater. It's not. It's Hunter.
Yeah.
It just doesn't
I
offer anything
as well.
useful. You're better off going Blaze or Skeleton and just learning how to use a bow than trying Hunter, honestly.
I mean like it was pretty good before this update, to be honest. Like
Yeah.
just overall, it was just pretty good and pretty annoying if you're being bow spammed by one.
Yeah, maybe. But
Oh
it's
well.
never enough to kill you. From full health, it can't drop you is the problem. I think, at
Yeah.
least. Mole Man?
Absorption 1 for 5 seconds and resistance 1 for 3 seconds.
I don't think they're changing Mole Man enough for it to be better than it currently is. They're giving it golden apples though, or junk apples, whatever.
They're definitely making it better. And I think Mole Man overall is just a really fun class to play. So they're making it better, and it's really fun to play still.
Yeah, I want to say B tier, maybe
Yeah,
C,
I'd probably go with B tier as well.
B tier. Yeah,
Yeah.
8 damage from Dig is really good. It can have speed 2 literally forever. There's an achievement where you have to have speed 2 forever. Um, yeah, it's just that. It's not. It's getting some small little buffs. It's getting the absorb. Yeah, beta.
Yeah.
Um, Werewolf. S tier.
Where will
Easy. Move on.
area effect damage for Lycanthropy? Yeah, this is definitely going in S
Most
tier.
ridiculous thing ever. It's bringing back the old ability and mixing it. This just is dumb. It's really dumb. It's gonna. It can deal
It's
the
basic
6 damage in an area that Pigman can deal, and also heal back a quarter, more than a quarter of its health at the same time as dealing the damage that
and it
Pigman's gonna be able
has
to deal.
it has a creeper-like ability where after your speed runs out, enemies in a 5 block radius will take damage
It's just
based on how
yeah,
many unique
it's
enemies you
just
hit.
so good. Like it's a tank with speed 2 that can heal 12 health with an ability and deal 6 damage to everyone.
Like,
It's just overpowered. Like it's gonna be so
this is
fun.
gonna be probably one of the best whole classes and like just classes in general, to be
Yeah,
honest.
it's gonna be.
And the fact that it
Uh,
can like basically speed build up to people in a sky base is just insanity.
it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun. I can't wait. Phoenix.
Phoenix,
Phoenix is
everybody
very
loves.
questionable. Very questionable.
Because, alright, it's kind of boring to use since you always need to be following someone around to get its full
And that's what they're
effect.
getting rid of. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're making it more you they're making it more I don't know how to say this. Better developed to help a group of teammates rather than just one specific person. Because at the moment it's really overpowered being able to give like a full Phoenix dedicates his whole life to helping one person do better, and that's really strong because they always have their
Yeah.
ability before a fight, and they have 2 lives. It
And
makes
even the resurrection of it as well.
Phoenix can make anyone a tank. So when you have a Shaman or a Herobrine bonded, and they're a tank who can deal this insane damage, it's just really good. And they're
Yeah.
taking that away, and instead they're giving it a chain heal, which costs 100. The thing that Phoenix mains are most scared about is the 100 energy thing. If they're going to be able to build up to 100 energy, to actually get use out of the spirit bond, and
And the
they
allied resurrection is removed, so that's
yeah. Um, I think Sunray heals more than spirit bond will heal, but you don't get the energy. It's really hard
yeah,
to say how
'cause
it's going to be. Um, I think with
I would put this at E.
E, come on though, it's Phoenix. It's still got good burst healing, and you can heal
Yeah,
what
but
5 players with Sunray spirit bond. Sorry.
yeah, but Hunter will still be annoying.
I'd say C. Do you want to go in the middle and
C.
go D?
Yeah, D.
I think it's still going to be really good. I
I don't think it's gonna be good. I like the consistency of the heal pots though.
yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But giving a teammate hmm, healing someone for 40% of their missing health. That's really close. Like if you're low on health and a Phoenix uses Spirit Bond, they're almost doing the same amount of healing as Resurrect would do anyway. But then that also bounces and hits other teammates as well, and gives them energy. I don't. It's really hard to say. It's hard to say.
But like the amount of patience you're gonna have to have with the class.
That's true. And it's gonna be really hard to time it well because it is not 40% of their total health. It's 40% of their missing health. And if you use it when they're on 30, that's like a heart or two.
Yeah.
Not two, 4 hearts. But at least you have the choice between Sunray or Spirit. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. Assassin?
Assassin's not actually getting changed too much.
No, they're giving it a
You'll stay
slight nerf.
invisible.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it'll be better for rushing, I guess.
Worse for rushing. At the moment,
Oh wait,
you
yeah,
can
sorry.
keep hitting her with her while invisible, and as soon as you hit it
Yeah.
in the update, I honestly think Assassin could be an E tier as well. Myself.
Well, I mean, like, Assassin's just a weird class overall, because the only other class that comes close to even being like Assassin is Enderman.
And Enderman just works better. It has less damage, bit more health, but Enderman just is it just works better than Assassin. Assassin's just too predictable. I don't think anyone's quite found the play style that work. Like people have tried, but I don't think anyone's
The
hit it
regen
properly.
speed pots with Assassin, I think those are pretty good.
Yeah, and you get 5, which is what, 25 health hearts in total.
Yeah, around
Health
then.
or hearts, I don't know which one. Where would you put it then?
I don't know, probably. Alright, Assassin's main thing right now is probably rushing. And they're kind of taking that a bit down. So I would say it was before a B and now is a C.
Okay. It's still gonna have a low health pool, big damage. I don't. It can't do what other glass cannons can do, like Herobrine. I honestly think it's
The
gonna be
amount of
like Arcanist is a glass cannon like Assassin, and I think Arcanist is gonna be better than Assassin. I'd say Assassin
yeah.
is an E
I
still,
do
but
like the
we'll
amount
have
of
it in a C.
damage that Assassin
Yeah,
does.
shot one diamond is
Like,
nice.
obviously, if you were to put a golem and a cow against an assassin, it'd drop them really quickly.
The
But
Assassin
if
would drop
it's
them.
up, if it's up against another damage class, it's gonna die.
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
I think the complete opposite. I think it can destroy people like Herobrine really quick because it doesn't need any abilities to fight. It's just, but then I don't think it's like Herobrine has true damage that can melt through people's armor, whereas Assassin, its only source damage is its sword, and that is reduced by people's armor. But I don't know. That's my thought. Snow Renegade.
Renegade, Renegade.
Renegade's getting nerfed in every aspect. Um,
Except the activation radius.
16 blocks. That's really big, but less
Yeah.
damage. Grappling hook has an increased timer. Uh,
Alright, scenario for you about the activation radius, alright? So you just hit a guy a couple of times with some arrows, right? You go on and go on to them and you hit them a couple times and you get speed. They drink the speed pot. They're on like, I don't know, maybe 3. They're running away from you. You can't catch up to them. They dodge all your bow shots. And then you activate your rend and then they just die.
yeah, that's what it does at the moment, but it does it with even more damage, less cooldown grappling hook.
Yes, but the activation radius is larger.
Okay, where would you put it?
Uh, I feel like Renegade wasn't a strong class to begin with. It's honestly, it's basically just what the name suggests it is. It's a kind of lone class. You obviously want to have a team, but also it's not too good in team fights. I would probably put it at a C.
Cool. I was gonna say C as well. Um, Renegade and Assassin are quite comparable. They're both lone fighters, but the thing is, there are good Renegades who play Mega Wolves, and there are no good Assassins that play Mega Wolves. So it's clearly possible to play Renegade well, and I think this
Yeah.
update is going to be annoying for them overall. But I guess the 16 block is a perk. It means that you don't have to put yourself in danger to finish someone off.
Alright,
Snowman?
Snowman. Snowman's definitely getting buffed.
It's definitely getting buffed,
Uh,
but I don't think it's getting buffed enough. It's becoming an iron
you are getting
class, which is good.
you are getting regen 1.
That's my that's honestly my favorite thing. That's second favorite thing. I like
Yeah.
the new passive that's going to be a thing. Getting
And
snowmen
the
mid
radius
game,
increase is also good.
but I don't think it's a big enough change for it to be good overall.
I feel like,
I'd say a D myself.
yeah, probably. It was before an E. But
Yeah.
alright. I feel like the name of Blizzard suggests that it should be a larger radius. I feel like if it's just 5 blocks, you should just call it something else like Snowstorm, because Blizzard is honestly ginormous. Like you sig- you think of a ginormous snowstorm, don't you?
Yeah.
But like 5 blocks is not a ginormous snowstorm, so dunno.
The last one, automaton, automation. Which one?
Automaton? Uh,
I don't know how to feel about automaton. I think it's the same with Phoenix.
yeah.
We can't tell how it's gonna work until it's added into the game.
I
Uh,
don't like the defensive boost being decreased to 5%.
well, I don't know automaton that well. What does that mean?
I'm pretty sure it just
Oh,
means
is that
like your
like when
defense
it's
gets
above a
moved
certain?
a bit.
Oh yeah, so automaton has that thing, doesn't it, where it's like
Yeah,
above or below a health threshold, it gets bonus damage or bonus
yeah,
defense, right?
yeah.
Decrease to
That's
five. That's
that's
down
why it's
from.
so hard to kill it.
Is that down from 10% or down from 20%? I can't remember.
I'm fairly certain it's down from 10%.
Okay.
They
Yeah,
wouldn't nerf it that
that's
much.
that's I don't know. That's pretty weak ability anyway. I think it's the main ability we have to look at. Getting rid of the
However,
energy suction and replacing it with the weakness 2. At the moment it can give weakness 2, but you have to use 2 abilities to do that. Um,
yes, I think so.
and instead you're giving your teammate, instead of taking energy, you're giving, oh no, you are taking energy still, you're just not taking as much energy, and you're giving teammates energy. It's becoming more of a team fighter, but it has no one-on-one potential anymore,
Exactly.
and that's the problem with it. Because even the
I
auto
like
players, sorry,
I like the health potions being increased to 13 HP rather than being combination of regeneration and health.
yeah, that's just to stop little regen bugs, I think, that happen with the
Yeah.
classes.
I still enjoy that though, because you get that health instantly now,
Yeah,
as opposed to the regen.
yeah, that's fair enough. And then power source, it's now called power storage, and they're getting rid of the energy. They're sort of replacing the energy when hit. Instead of a fixed amount, it's going to be uh, a percentage. Or they get given a percentage. Sorry, instead of them
Yeah.
getting, yeah, you have to read it. It's all in there. Where would you put it?
Automaton for me right now, like at this current moment, is at D.
Yeah.
But like, I don't feel like it's gonna be much different
No, nor do
overall.
I. I think
So
it's gonna be
I
worse if
say just
anything.
keep.
I don't think it's gonna go down to an E, but I think it's gonna be worse. I'd say a lower D than it currently is.
Yeah.
And that means that we've finished all the classes. Is there anything you want to change around?
Let's rediscuss Shaman. All right.
Do you think Shaman could be
Because
S
I
tier?
think y- yes, because I think Shaman's a really good class.
It's good. It's really good, but people don't like it.
Yeah, who cares if people don't like it? People don't like Skeleton, and Skeleton's a pretty good class right now.
That's true. That's sort of true. You have to. The thing with Shaman is it suffers the same problem as Herobrine. It's really low health, and if you get jumped by a spider or a tank, you can get dropped really quick, and that's why people don't like Shaman as much as they would. They don't. If you don't position yourself correctly, you don't actually get to in that situation that you were talking about, where if you're in a hole and you get loads of nados, Like people
I've
focus,
seen
people
you
know that. Yeah, you've seen me because
I've seen you clutch multiple
I've played a
games
lot of
with
Shaman and I
Shaman.
know what I'm doing, and I honestly think I could do that with Creeper if I'd played a lot of Creeper and knew what I was doing with Creeper as well. Um, I think that comes down to the player more than the class itself, I'd say.
But I mean, like, Shaman is definitely better than Creeper overall.
Yeah, for sure, and that's why it's in A tier at the moment.
Creeper's way too squishy as it stands.
Yeah, but
It doesn't have
Shaman's also
high
squish. Shaman has
damage.
less armor. I think it has less armor than Creeper. So to say that Creeper's squishy, Shaman
Yeah,
is
but
even squishier.
in my opinion, you can get into a combo with Shaman quicker.
Yeah, that's true. You get speed too, but I don't think if you look at this new werewolf, man, nothing can compete with this new werewolf. It's off the charts.
Oh yeah, true.
But if you wanted to move things down from A tier that aren't as good as Shaman, like Zombie and Enderman, perhaps.
I say we move Enderman down to B.
Okay, that's fair enough. Uh, yeah, you gotta just like if you're good at using speed 3 to strafe, great. But the class itself, yeah, B.
Yeah,
Are you happy with that?
I think that about sums it up.
Nice, cool. Then we're done, and that's our final tier list for our phase 2
Indeed.
predictions. So thank you very much for watching, and see you soon.